It's 2019. We're 2.5 years into the Trump presidency, and his racism is becoming more obvious.
So is fake news lying. That shit is not just obvious, that shit is blatant. Like Donald Trump can't even have a rally without fake news saying it's racist.
Basically all-white rally that he held in Greenville, North Carolina tonight. Even though Greenville, North Carolina is about a third African-American by population, this is basically an all-white, or at least almost all-white rally that the president is holding.
What do you think? Donald Trump's staff sent out a message, no niggas allowed?
That is highly problematic to me for so many reasons.
Why, bitch, it wasn't his fault didn't no niggas show up. It was an open invite.
The bigots and the racists support him. He does not want to lose their support.
And CNN got to lie and make up all kind of stories so they won't lose their support. Motherfuckers wouldn't watch CNN if y'all told the truth.
Is the president a racist?
That's like saying, is my baby mama beautiful? And the answer to both of them questions is hell no.
49% of people said that they believe President Donald Trump to be a racist.
So what people think makes it a fact.
This is evidence, that data, that has been actions that have been collected.
Well, since thoughts are facts now, I need everybody out there to think of my baby mama in a grave. I only need 51% of people to think that.
White House staffers are, quote, terrified of what could be on Omarosa's next tape. The former Trump insider says she has recordings of him using the N-word.
Well, where that shit at then? And I'm pretty sure all white people use the word nigga at least one time. Because when somebody's playing loud music in front of your house, you don't say, I wish them black people would turn down that music. You say, I wish them niggas shut that shit off.
Do you think Donald Trump is racist?
I do.
You do?
Trevor Noah, you should know better. You are a journalist. Facts without truth makes you look stupid.
I can't even believe that you're asking the question if, President Donald J. racist.
Wait a minute, bitch. You done gave Donald Trump a whole different last name? You are out of control.
You know, there's an old saying, what you think you see in others is what's in you.
I hope that's not true because I look at my baby mama as a monkey.
That's right. Maybe they need to get the racism out of their own hearts towards this president so that we can move this country forward.
Well, I can't wait till they lower my baby mama downward.
Well, I think the sort of hoopla as to whether or not the words he said were racist is a little bit beyond the point. I think what you have to do is focus on whether the person has done racist things. That is what makes someone racist.
Well, that means Barack Obama hate black people more than Donald Trump because Barack Obama ain't done shit for niggas.
Many of your opponents, Bernie Sanders, Julian Castro, Kamala Harris, Kirsten Gillibrand, they've called Trump himself a racist. What makes you stop short of that?
That nigga don't know who the fuck is a racist. He can't even see straight.
Well, I actually am not. The reality is this is a guy who is worse than a racist.
What the fuck is worse than a racist? The only thing is worse than a racist is Joe Biden. Because I'd rather somebody hate me than try to fuck my child.
He says he's not a bigot. He says that he's the least racist person you've ever met in your life.
He's told me that. He's told me that like three or four times in interviews.
Great.
Yeah.
We only know what you show.
And what have he showed?
Is a person who's a bigot and is in the White House. Of course he is.
And you show you are just as ignorant as you look.
Hang on, one second, because we just heard from the president. Anna, wait. We just heard from the president.
This isn't about you and me. You can't even sit there and watch the president's own words without calling John Berman and New Day ridiculous, because you don't even have the face to be able to look at his own words. This program isn't putting words in his mouth. They're quoting him. That's him on video.
Anna,
those are his words. He has been a racist his entire life. Oh, no, I'm not melting. I'm not a snowflake. You know
guys,
what I am?
It's not even springtime.
Hang on, Jason, Anna, hang on one second. Anna, the president just...
Jason, I don't say that you look like a buffoon trying to make sense of what this man is saying. This is about Donald Trump being a racist. I don't care what you say. This is about the
you should give him some credit.
Jason, Anna, hang on. The president just put out a statement. The president just put out a statement.
I'll give him credit.
The president just put out a statement, and I would like to...
You to shut the fuck up. I done saw you more angry than the president ever was about racism. That's why I said there's no such thing as racism. There's only hate. Bitch, if it was racism, you would not be on national TV talking about white people.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, If you're not happy here, you can leave.
Our squad is big.
And so is you bitches' pussy.
If you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Do you see that as racist?
That's not racist. He didn't attach no color to that. He said if you unhappy, you can fucking leave. It's all kind of people unhappy, and they can fucking leave.
This is not the first, nor will it be the last time we hear disgusting, bigoted language from the president.
Well, you can go to a country where women is respected more. Bitch, good luck.
We know this is who he is.
Yes, we know who he is, but we also know who you hoes are.
They can leave. They can leave, and you know what? I'm sure that there'll be many people that won't miss them.
Well, if my baby mama was to leave, the only person that's gonna miss my baby mama is Kentucky Fried Chicken, the weed man at the corner, and the hair salon, because they used to wax the hair off her back.
Weak minds and leaders challenge loyalty to our country in order to avoid challenging and debating the policy.
The policy? Bitch, what policy?
That's right. I want black people to also look at these two lawmakers that's black. Name one piece of legislation that they pushed within the last year to help inner and urban cities, to help benefit black communities. None.
And these bitches got people in their campaign stealing money, and they got the nerves to talk. Don't near one of them bitches like America. And Ilhan Omar need to shut the fuck up. She done left her brother for another motherfucking husband.
In one case, you have somebody that comes from Somalia, which is a failed government, a failed state, who left Somalia, who ultimately came here, and now is a congresswoman who's never happy.
So she can fucking leave.
He would love nothing more than to divide our country based on race, religion, gender, orientation, or immigration status.
You right about the immigration status, but why you put a bunch of lies before you end it with a fucking truth? Yeah, he want to separate through race, lie, sex, lie, financial, lie, all the other shit, lie, and oh, immigration. Bing, 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 bing. Bitch, that's the truth. Bitch, you are 1 out of 5.
Look at this tweet that Ilhan Omar has put out. I mean, this is an elected congresswoman, an elected position that says that, you know, the president wants every black and brown person deported.
Do you see that as racist?
If it was such a thing as racism, hell yeah, I see that as racism.
Every Muslim banned. How is this possible that an elected official can get away with saying this as if this is fact?
Because when you're a liberal, opinions is facts.
Well, you know, there is a radical element. I don't want to talk about a specific congressperson because of the Hatch Act, but, you know, there is a radical element that has been introduced into our legislative body.
Them squad bitches.
They hate our country. They hate it, I think, with a passion. Now, it's possible I'm wrong. The voter will decide.
I hate my baby mama with a passion, and I hope one day that the jury don't have to decide.
That seems to be intent on pushing their ideology, and they have an accomplice in the media in doing so. And this is very detrimental to our country.
Black people need to wake on up.
Our eyes are open. People need to wake up. These are the people that we need to vote out.
Because if black people want any kind of change, we got to stop voting these motherfuckers in.
86% of Republicans say Trump isn't racist. 86% of Democrats say he is.
Just think about that. Just think about them numbers. That means if you don't like Trump, he's automatically racist. So either half of the politicians are wrong or half of the politicians are right.
It's tough to say that somebody is not racist when they're doing all the racist things.
Racist things? Racist things like what?
I have never seen anything that even resembles racism. And look at the policies that have been done. And look at the people who have been helped.
Do you see that as racist?
Evidently, if Donald Trump is helping black people, it is.
You look at the fact that he has engaged so much in second chance for people. You know, things that other people talked about, but he has done.
While Barack was trying to get the first act passed, Donald Trump is already working on the second act.
You know, black unemployment at the lowest level ever. Same thing for Hispanics.
So how in the fuck can niggas holler Donald Trump is racist?
And the sad thing is, the same black people that's talking about racism this and racism that, black people are racist towards their own race. Just look at the derogatory names that they call Diamond and Silk, Coons and Uncle Tom. And we have proof. This is not alleged. You can go to Diamond and Silk Wall of Shame and see all of the derogatory and racist remarks that black people make against us, two black women.
Well, some comedians tried to call me a sellout and an Uncle Tom. I made a video about that shit, and I bet you they won't do that shit no more.
Discussion, you said this brilliantly at the beginning. It's not about Donald Trump being a racist, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's about you motherfuckers saying he's racist.
Come on. Really? Yes, he's not a bigot. I've already said, of course he is. Look at the evidence.
Speaking of evidence, you better hope they ain't got no evidence that you raped that nigga in the bar.
Well, the reality is this. Donald Trump talks like a racist, thinks like a racist, makes statements like a racist, conjures emotions that give succor and support to white supremacists and white nationalists. Yeah, he's a racist.
You are the most racist kind of them all. An educated nigga that talk well. Some motherfuckers out there gonna believe you telling the truth because you talk well. I used to think the same shit. Well, this nigga talk educated like he know what he talking about. He can't be lying.
Only Mexicans.
Because he has an issue.
The messaging from this president from day one has been consistently to disrespect and denigrate Latin Americans, black people, and he has been consistent.
Consistent with what? Helping niggas out? He been more consistent with helping black people than Barack ever been. And the cold thing about it, I just fucking found all of that out. Because listening to niggas and bitches like you, I used to think white people hated me.
So before you start saying something about the white man being racist, check your own self. Take a look in the mirror and look at your own black race being racist towards each other.
Well, because these are the type of black people are teaching black people how to hate instead of teaching black people how to love.
These groups are part of the problem and keep black people suppressed. That's why I always say out loud, listen, go past these groups. Take your message directly to the people.
And that's exactly what the fuck I'm doing, telling black people the truth about Donald Trump.
He is not racist at all. You know, the first time I met him, it was before we got into politics, was down at Mar-a-Lago. And he and I were talking, and someone came up to him and said, Mr. Trump, Rod Stewart is here. And he said, yeah, but this is Ben Carson. You know, that's the kind of person he is.
Do you see that as racist?
Yeah, I do. Why is he kicking it with a nigga when Rod Stewart is in town?
And you may remember when we were running for president at one of the debates, and I couldn't hear my name announced, so I was standing there. Everybody else gleefully walked past me, but Trump stood right next to me until they straightened it out.
Do you see that as racist?
Yep, because why is he standing by a nigga's side?
You know, he lived in New York. Jesse Jackson gave him an award for the incredible things that he had done in the African-American community.
That was before 2016 BC, before collusion, when Donald Trump wasn't racist.
And beyond that, in terms of reaching out and being inclusive, he's done that too.
Where is Jesse Jackson black ass at now?
But he came to our business meeting here in New York because he has this sense of the curious and a will to rest to make things better.
He sure do make things better because he made America great again.
And so aside from all of his style and his pizzazz, he's a serious person who is an effective builder of people. Last year he was a part of our workshop, of our panel workshop on what are the challenges and opportunities. And so a year later, Donald Trump, for a few minutes, challenges and opportunities to embrace the underserved communities. Donald Trump.
Underserved communities? You mean communities that niggas stay in?
Jesse started off by saying most of the wealth in this country is in the hands of a few. Myself, is that a bad thing? What's wrong with that, Jesse?
Look at all them black people laughing in the crowd. Oh, he was funny then, but his ass ain't funny now because he's racist.
He had an expression last year, the wall on wall must fall. And you haven't used it today, and I'm very disappointed in this, Jesse, because I thought it was a great expression.
But Donald Trump got one even better than that. We will build a wall.
And I heard the expression about 14 times, and then he came to me at the end of the session, and he said, listen, I want some office space in your building on Wall Street, because the wall on wall will fall.
And you should have told him you don't rent to black people. At least that's what the Democrats say.
And I said, it's okay, Jesse, I'll make a good deal with you. I'll get you some space. You'll pay about $40 a foot. And he said, no, I don't want to pay 40. I said, how about 30? No. It was the cheapest deal I ever made in the history of 40 Wall Street. Is that right?
Because niggas is never satisfied. You can give a nigga a whole pound of weed for $5. And you know what he gonna ask? You can't just throw one more little bud in?
He got it for nothing. He's a very tough negotiator. We know that, right?
And the person that shot Martin Luther King on the steps should have aimed at his ass too. You know that too, right?
And forget about these groups and organizations that's working for their own greed and not the need of the people.
The people will be smart enough to figure this out. I hope that's true.
They're segregating themselves from the process of moving this country forward, and they're keeping people stuck in the pains of their ancestors. It's time for black people to wake up and let's press forward and stop staying stuck in the past.
Stop living a slave's nightmare and live an American dream. Most successful black people understand you always gonna be a nigga. Even to some black people, you still always gonna be a nigga. Go ahead and accept it.
I told Michael Jackson, I said, if you're poor, you are a poor Negro. I would use the N-word.
But you are what you answer to. Just because they call you a nigga, don't mean you gotta act like one.
But if you're rich, you are a rich Negro. If you are intelligent, intellectual, you're an intellectual Negro. If you are dancing and sliding and gliding, Negro.
Do you see that as racist?
For a black man to say the word nigga, hell yeah, that's racist.
What bothers me about this particular clip are I see 3 white men, including Donald Trump, laughing and smirking and smiling while he's making every comment about Negro and slips and says the N-word that I won't say on air.
Bitch, Don King was telling a joke. Have you ever been to a comedy club? Lots of white people laugh when black people say the word nigga. You know how many white people laugh when I joke and say the word nigga?
Donald Trump has to know, if he doesn't know anything else, because he thinks that we're in the worst conditions we've ever been in my community. He has to know that the N-word is not anything that we smirk and grimace about, particularly not in church.
Evidently, you ain't been to a church in L.A. They use lots of words worse than nigga. All this racist talk about Donald Trump. I remember when Donald Trump was liked by black people. All the good old days.
Vision and accomplishment make him the quintessential entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, New Jersey thanks him, our host for this great evening of championship boxing, Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Niggas love Trump then. There's about 5,000 rap songs with Donald Trump name on it.
Trump the Dons on top of the boxing world.
Here he is now, my man! Niggas must have forgot. A lot of white people hated Donald Trump for defending Mike Tyson.
He walks into a room and the women start grabbing him and grabbing his ass and grabbing anything else.
And Donald Trump was a real nigga. He was riding with Mike Tyson before he was found guilty and after he was found guilty.
3 days after his conviction, before his sentencing, Donald Trump held a press conference proposing a deal that Tyson do no jail time.
Donald Trump was fighting to keep a nigga out of jail. And as you know, Donald Trump spoke his mind on sending motherfuckers to jail.
As you know, I'm a very strong believer in harsh punishment, including the death penalty. But we think it's probably, in this particular case, a lot more good can be done by having Mike Tyson pay a substantial award, both to the victim, subject to court approval, and creating an award for people that were abused or raped in the state of Indiana.
No wonder why Mike Tyson think Donald Trump was a real nigga. He was standing by Mike Tyson's side when most niggas wasn't.
My opinion that to a large extent Mike Tyson was railroaded in this case. You have a young woman that was in his room, his hotel room, late in the evening at her own will. You have a young woman who was seen dancing for the beauty contest, dancing with a big smile on her face, looked happy as could be.
Donald Trump had Mike Tyson back. And the last time I checked, Mike Tyson was hella black.
Do you see that as racist?
You never heard anything about Donald Trump being racist until he ran for president and won.
And the only color he sees is green, and he wants you to have some of it.
And Mega do too. You can check my Cash App for that.
I think, we should be having a conversation with the media, and they should be having a conversation themselves.
Especially fake news, spreading all these damn rumors about Donald Trump. They should have a guilty conscience.
Asking themselves, why is it that the press is the only business that has been protected by our Constitution? And the reason is because they were supposed to disseminate objectively to the people of America real information upon which they could make decisions. They were not supposed to try to manipulate people. So, there are the radical element that is taking advantage of the ideological bent of the media, and it's unfair to the people. But as Thomas Jefferson said, the people will come through.
Especially fake news, because they make racism seem so real.
Maybe we should come back as dollar bills. I mean, people of color, and then they would care more about racism.
Well, I got an idea. Maybe you should come back as a fucking man.
People care about money. That's it. If it's green, that's the only color, pretty much.
So you hate Donald Trump so motherfucking much, you want us to starve so you motherfucking liberals can be happy. Answer me one question, Mr. Don Lemon. How in the fuck is we supposed to take care of our kids?
How much money is it worth to you that you have someone who is a racist in office? How much of a tax cut does it matter? There isn't that much money in the world for me and for people who are discriminated against. For people of color, it's not that much money.
Well, it's more money than we had before, motherfucker, and we were still getting discriminated on.
Opportunity zones where people who've made enormous amounts of money have the opportunity to take unrealized capital gains and to plow them into the areas of the country that have traditionally been neglected.
And fake news act like Mega don't see all of this shit.
And to challenge all the supporters of this president.
Trying to make us feel guilty like we fucking stupid.
For those who support the president, this is a testing moment right now.
A test for who? Mecca don't take no motherfucking liberal test, fool. And the fuck is you to test us and see if we passed or not?
But for people who look like me, other minorities, women who have been, well, let's just leave this to race. This president has said and done so many insensitive and bigoted and racist things.
So I guess this is the racist test. You give us all the racist questions, but you never give us no racist answers.
That if you support him, people like me want to understand why you ignored so much.
How in the fuck can we ignore shit we ain't even seen?
In order to support this man. You may not think you're a racist.
But the liberals fucking do.
Maybe, I don't know if you are. I don't think, every Trump supporter is a racist.
Only the black Trump supporters are racist. That's one of them jokes you gotta think about. It's not gonna hit everybody right away.
But you certainly had to overlook racism and bigotry in order to make that decision.
And if you're a Democrat, you gotta keep looking over lies and promises. Let's say everything was true. I'd rather a motherfucker be racist and give me a job than to lie to me and keep me broke.
If you still, in your mind, can support this person, why the hell are you overlooking racism so much? It is personal and even deadly to people like me.
You making this shit sound so fucking personal. Are you a transgender? Because they the only ones been getting really fucked up lately.
You are aware and educated in a way that
are you saying Trump supporters are not educated
some may not be.
And aware?
Yeah, that's what he said, nigga, and you subliminally said it too.
Some people are ignorant. some people in this country, I don't care what their partisan stripe is, are ignorant.
Stop trying to clean that shit up.
I'm not a racist, but I wouldn't want my daughter to bring home a black man. I'm not a homophobe, but I wouldn't want my son to be gay. Really? Come on.
That's the truth.
That's being homophobic.
No, it's not. Nigga is being heterosexual. How you gonna try to make me feel guilty because I don't want my son to be gay? I'm glad the only balls my son play with is basketballs.
I may not be a woman, but I can empathize with the plight of women.
That sounded gay. Maybe you can understand the plight of women because you're trying to become one. I don't even see how people watch you two lying motherfuckers.
If you watch Fox News, you are living on a different planet than you are if you listen to NPR.
That's why Fox News ratings are up and CNN ratings are down. Just like Barack Obama credibility with black folks. At first it was up, and now that shit is going down.
I'm trying to find out what do we have left for as all of our jobs are leaving Indianapolis, right? And I see here you're doing a lot of things, but in Indianapolis, there's nothing there for us. I mean, what's next? I mean, what can we look forward to in the future as far as jobs, employment, whatever? Because all of our jobs is left or in the process of leaving, sir.
And Donald Trump brung them motherfuckers back.
Like the person you just mentioned, who I'm not going to advertise for.
Well, I advertise them for you. Donald Trump, motherfucker.
He's going to bring all these jobs back. Well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do?
Well, he can start by having a pair of nuts.
Now, we won't back down until China stops cheating our workers and stealing our jobs, and that's what's going to happen. Otherwise, we don't have to do business with them. We don't have to do business. We can make the product right here if we have to, like we used to.
And looking out for America first.
And the answer would be if we make the right deal, I'd love to do it. I think it would be a great thing for China also.
And not kissing China ass like the NBA.
So I think they feel that I'm driving a tough bargain.
And Barack Obama pushed no bargain.
They want to make a deal. The question is, do I want to make a deal?
And you have made it clear you only going to make a deal if America win first.
President Trump taking on President Obama, who was taking credit for the Trump economy over the weekend. President Trump tweeting out, quote, President Trump would need a magic wand to get to a 4% GDP, stated President Obama. I guess I have that magic wand, 4.2%, and we will do much better than this.
I wish I had a magic wand. I would make my baby mama disappear.
And we go back to the night of President Trump was elected when Paul Krugman and others were saying it's going to be an economic disaster. The market's going to crash. It's never going to recover.
Boy, was they wrong.
And they're the best numbers we've had in over 50 years. The unemployment number is down to 3.5%. So that goes way, way back. We haven't had numbers like this in a long time. Wages are up by almost 3%. That's a fantastic increase for everybody out there working.
And Barack Obama had an increase in food stamps for everybody who wasn't working.
There's no answer to it. He just says, "Well, I'm going to negotiate a better deal." Well, how exactly are you going to negotiate that?
He did it, nigga, with his magic wand.
By the way, we look for that magic wand statement. I don't think President Obama actually said it, but a lot of his colleagues did.
Oh, Barack said it all right.
What magic wand do you have? And usually the answer is he doesn't have an answer.
Donald Trump has something better than an answer. He had a solution. And with them solutions came results.
We had Nancy Pelosi say that the tax cuts would lead to an Armageddon, an economic Armageddon. Then we had the LA Times. If Trump thinks he can get more than 3% economic growth, he's dreaming. These people were so wrong. Why should we believe that President Obama is now right?
Obama wasn't right, and most of them haters wasn't right, especially about Trump in dealing with black folks.
The unemployment rate for African Americans is at the lowest it's ever been in the history of our country. And African American youth unemployment, young African American talented people, recently reached the lowest rate ever recorded.
So Donald Trump done for black people what Barack Obama couldn't fucking do. Barack Obama should have a guilty conscience. Somebody find me one video when Barack Obama said black unemployment was at an all-time low. Or somebody give me a video of Barack Obama calling Donald Trump a motherfucking lie.
So it sounds like Barack Obama is living on a planet in La La Land.
That's right.
You know, he's the one still running around as acting as though he's the president. He's not. He's the one that ran on change, and everybody know we all got shortchanged. And not only that, he made out $40 million richer.
That's right.
You know, maybe he's on the same planet with Hillary Clinton with what happened. Well, here's what happened. Trump became president. Trump brought back jobs where people don't have to be given the Obama phone. We can buy our own phone with minutes. That's what happened. Obama.
Ask yourself, if Donald Trump was racist, why Barack Obama ain't out here defending black folks? I mean, he's only the most important and powerful black man in the world. I mean, allegedly.
Racism still exists.
I think people's definition of racism now is discrimination. Real racism is Black Wall Street, when they bombed the shit out of a black community. Now it's black people walking around buying whole movie studios. But not too many black people get picked for black actor. Now that's not racism, that's discrimination. Oh, they can't stop you from making the movies, but they can stop you from being as successful as you want to be. Because nowadays, liberals try to control who you associate with.
I'm not here to tell nobody who they can and they can't be friends with.
Right. But liberals try to control everything from who you're friends with, to what you eat, to what you can drive.
Everybody, they like Donald Trump. As soon as he ran for president, because people don't like the truth.
Because the truth will set you free. But at first, it will hurt like a motherfucker.
Trump is not a racist. He's a realist.
He speak like a real man spoke. Real man speak. Like, man, she had a fat ass. You see her ass? I had to squeeze her ass. I had to grab that fat ass. Right? I'm the man. You know what I'm saying? You know who I am. Yeah, I grabbed her by the pussy and...
It's a lot of women in clubs that run up and grab niggas by the dick. I don't see too many niggas hollering sexual harassment.
Well, people shy away from realness. This man didn't do nothing. Hey, listen, if y'all didn't want the man in the White House, y'all should have voted the other way.
Now his ass in the White House and your ass is doing better. If you didn't vote for Trump, your ass better vote the other way.
Listen, it don't matter who's in there. If Trump is in there, Clinton, Barack Obama, it doesn't matter. That's not going to stop my drive.
And if you a real nigga and you say Donald Trump stopped your drive, I think you need to check and see where you got your nigga card from. Because evidently that shop is selling bootleg real nigga cards.
See, the thing is this, too many people are worried about what Trump is doing and what other presidents are doing instead of worried about what you're trying to do and what level you're trying to get to.
Because you can't get to the next level if you always saying is somebody keeping you on the level you on.
See, my thing, I don't give a fuck what nobody else doing. I got to worry about what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to get to.
That's why I work so hard at comedy. I haven't even watched Dave Chappelle's special yet. Because why I want to watch another nigga on Netflix when I'm trying to get on there.
I'm not, a lot of times, oh man, it's going to affect us. Oh man, if you ain't making $400 or $500-600 million, man, it's not going to affect you no fucking way.
I never known a nigga that work in that barbershop get arrested for tax evasion. I saw a nigga get arrested for income tax fraud, putting other niggas' kids on their income taxes, but I never known a nigga got arrested for tax evasion.
So it's only going to affect somebody like me. I'm the motherfucker that should be tripping.
And not no nigga that's serving croissants at Starbucks.
Yeah, live life to the fullest. Stop worrying about what everybody else doing. How I became successful and how I got to where I got to, I don't worry about what nobody else say.
Or worried about what the other motherfucker do. The only person I'm worried about is my baby mama. Stop breathing.
They walking and walking hard. We don't want this, protesting. We don't want this happening. My man, all the time you spending protesting, you could be at home writing down ideas, coming up with a business.
Or in your motel room coming up with some jokes. Oh, that's me. My bad.
You meet people from that comes from other countries and be like, oh, I love my country. I love this. I said, if you love your country so much, why you here?
You can fucking leave.
You taking up space for other people. We got some other Americans that'll love your job.
There's plenty of countries to choose from. Go to a country that can treat you better and got more opportunity.
This country will give somebody else from a whole nother country that they don't know shit about a loan before they even give the American citizens a loan.
Not while Donald Trump in office. That shit is not happening.
A lot of time we spend too much time worrying and talking about everybody's business instead of worrying about our own.
Black people need to focus on our own race instead of worrying about other races that's supposed to be against us. Because black people running around telling other black people how much white people hate us ain't the motherfucking solution. It's the goddamn problem.
I got to where I got to. That's the reason why it's easy. I make millions and millions of dollars on a daily basis because I focus on Floyd.
And not how white people are racist and ain't gonna give me shit and gonna hold me down.
So are you saying that things that don't affect you personally, you shouldn't be worried about?
That's how I feel.
What policies have Donald Trump passed that affected you, your kids, or your community?
Okay.
Well, you have a blessed life that's not common. You know what I mean? Like
that's why I work to get to where I got to.
No, I know.
Just like I'm working hard to get to where I have to.
I'm not taking that away from you.
We get talking about everybody in this room. See the size of this room. I come from a 7 deep in a 1 bedroom, the same size as this, right here.
And I was homeless and in prison before. So
I'm what you call an American dream, a whole fucking world dream.
And some of you niggas still have stand on the block dreams.
I work my way from the bottom to the top. And nobody gave me shit.
And if you expect for somebody to give you shit and you don't work hard for it, well, that's just what you gonna get. Shit. And I work damn hard for mine. You can check my Cash App for that.
Black